in the diabetic community to be like, oh, you need to avoid carbs, no carbs whatsoever, or very little carbs. And I love that I can pretty much eat whatever I want.
Hi everyone, my name is Charmaine and I'm the dietitian that helps people reverse type 2 diabetes with plant-based eating. And today I have Glenn with me, who is a client of our Reversing Diabetes program. We can say hi to everyone, Glenn.
Hello.
Awesome. Well, Glenn, thank you so much for doing this with me. What made you reach out to me in the first place to join the Reversing Diabetes program?
I found you on TikTok of all places. And I just liked the message that you were promoting, and I decided to try something different.
Awesome. That's great. And what made you, because it is quite a change, right? With plant-based diet. And I know, before you probably weren't used to it. So what made you, make the jump or, be motivated to transition your lifestyle?
Well, it was mostly my doctors telling me I needed to do something. Like, for as long as I can remember, they're always telling me, oh, limit carbs, eat a lot of protein, don't eat carbs, don't eat fruit, don't drink juice, all that over and over and over. And I was tired of it, and I always felt like crap. Always. Like, I never got any better, and my doctor's solutions were always, oh, just take more insulin. That's all you need to do, take more insulin. And they never really solved the problem.
So you were like, they were telling you to cut out carbs, eat more protein, but you feel like it didn't really help you, it didn't really make you feel good. And when your blood sugar is higher, right, when it doesn't work, your doctor gives you more insulin, right?
Yeah, at one point I was taking my fast acting insulin, I was taking about 250 units like a day.
That is a lot. And how did that affect you, just being in this cycle of adding more insulin or more medications? How did that affect you?
I felt awful. Like, I gained a ton of weight. I just felt tired all the time. I didn't want to do anything. I lost interest in a lot of things. Like, I used to be a musician, and so I couldn't even do that anymore. I didn't want to do anything. Like, everything felt really sluggish to me. It
almost put a halt to your life, would you say so?
Exactly.
I'm sorry to hear that. How do you feel now, like, that you're on this journey to reverse your diabetes, to reverse your insulin resistance? How has your journey been in transitioning and, trying out new things? How has that been for you?
It's been great. For a while, I had so much built up energy, like I didn't know what to do. So my wife was like, you know what? I know it's hard for you, but try going on a walk. So I went on a walk, and I walked a mile, and then I was like, I still have too much energy, and now I'm doing 3 miles every day, which is a lot for me.
That's a lot for me.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Like, before, I wouldn't want to walk anywhere because I was in so much pain, but now I got used to walking, so the pain's kind of subsiding, and now I get antsy when I don't go on my walk.
Yeah, that's amazing that you turned from, being sluggish on a lot of insulin now to having so much energy that you have to literally spend your energy. I think that is amazing. And, I don't know if you mind sharing with people what you've been doing, in terms of changing your diet, and how has that been, and what does that look like on the daily basis for you?
Well, before, I used to be pretty hardcore carnivore. It was just, I'm a steak and potatoes kind of guy, or at least for a long time I was. Like, every meal was like either a piece of meat and potatoes or some kind of vegetables with a bunch of meat. And now I thought it was going to be really difficult for me, but it wasn't that bad. Like, I know I'm only about a month into it, and I feel like I don't want to go back. Like, I feel just eating all these vegetables and the plant proteins just makes me feel better.
That's awesome. I love that. That's great. And I think it's awesome that, I think a lot of times people are intimidated to go on a plant-based lifestyle just because it's something that they probably have never done before. And I'm not gonna lie, when I transitioned, like, it was hard, it wasn't I wasn't used to. But I think what's really great is just how good you feel on it, and I always like to say this, it's like driving a car, right? Like when you learn how to drive, you think about everything. You think about, oh gosh, like I have to brake smoothly. Like I have to, make
Yeah.
not too big of a turn, right? Now you don't think about those things. So I think it's the same with healthy eating. Is once you get used to it, right? Once you feel so good, it's gonna be on auto drive. So I love that. That's amazing.
Right. When I first told my mom about this, she's like, so what do you eat? Salads? I'm like, no, I eat like a lot of other vegetables. It's not just salad.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. What would you say is your favorite go-to meal on this lifestyle? Or maybe 3 favorite go-to meals on this lifestyle?
I like breakfast hash. Like I really like those a lot, and they're so fast. Like throughout the week, I'll cut up a bunch of vegetables and put them in these like little deli containers, and in the morning I'll just dump them in, and I'll make those. My wife really likes them. So do my kids.
Awesome. That sounds good. Awesome. And I love that you're able to like prep beforehand, and and all you have to do in the morning is just put it on the pan and that's it. You're good to go.
Yeah, it makes it convenient because I have a family of 7 I need to feed. Like it's me and my wife and kids, and then I have 2 in-laws that live with me. So I feed all of us. And so it makes it really difficult sometimes to make like 2 different proteins. So like I like preparing everything in advance.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. That's great. What are the results that you've been seeing in terms of, blood sugar? I know you've said you have a lot of energy, but in terms of blood sugar, insulin on this lifestyle, or even weight, what results have you been seeing and how do you feel?
I feel great. My insulin has been anywhere between 85 and 150. Like I know one day I had it about 200, but that was my fault. The night before I had some chocolate. And I didn't like adjust my insulin for that. That's my fault. I mean, it's okay. I did start off with every meal before this. I would take about 60 units or maybe 63 units of insulin per meal. And now I'm down to about 38.
Wow.
So I'm almost halfway in just a little over about a month. Actually, about a month today. Yeah.
That's crazy. So you've been reducing your insulin usage from 60 to 30 something, and your blood sugar has been, between, you said 85 to 100, around there.
150, yeah.
150. That's amazing. And before it was like around 200 and
200 and above. Like it was rare that I got into the hundreds.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's awesome. And you've been eating carbs, right? You've been eating carbs and fruits. How do you feel about that? That you're eating more carbs, right? But your blood sugar is lowering, you're using less insulin. How does that make sense to you? How do you feel about that?
The first, I'd say 2 weeks, it was so bizarre. Right. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I was like, how is this possible? I don't understand, because before I'd eat rice or potatoes or whatever, and my blood sugar would go through the roof.
Right.
And now, that's all I do. All I eat is fruit and all kinds of like different vegetables. Vegetable I didn't even heard of. Like I didn't even know what a daikon radish was until the other day when I tried one. I can't even describe it. It's just odd to me. Like we're so ingrained in the diabetic community to be like, oh, you need to avoid carbs. No carbs whatsoever, or very little carbs.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that I can pretty much eat whatever I want.
Right. Yeah. I love that. I love that. And still not have to worry about your blood sugar spiking, and, to really see that your insulin resistance is definitely, going down, right? That's amazing. That's really cool. What would you say to someone that is on the fence about reversing diabetes?
I wish I would have done this years ago. Like I've been a diabetic since I was 23, 24, and I'm 37 now. Mm-hmm. So I wish I would have done this years ago, or at least I wish I would have found out this information years ago, just to make smaller changes.
Right. What would you say? I know, for a lot of people, they know that, they want to reverse diabetes, right? They want to get off medications. But, it is hard to make a lifestyle change, right? Like, especially for someone like you, you've had meat most of your life. What would you say is your biggest why or motivation to, transition and to make this big of a jump?
For me, it was my kids and my family. I want to be around for them. My kids are little. I mean, they're not that little anymore. My oldest is 14 and my youngest is 10.
Mhm.
But I want to be around for them. Hope maybe one day I'll become a grandpa. I want to grow old. I mean, I'm not young, but I'm fairly young,
Mhm.
and to me to have all these health problems, like, I don't want that. I don't want that for anybody. Like, I don't want my kids to go through it. I don't want my wife, anybody in my family, I don't want them to go through it. So if I can help, if I can change and they can see me changing and they get inspired, then I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. And you're only 1 month into it and you're just seeing so many different changes. I think that is amazing. And I'm just super excited for you. I can't wait till the next doctor visit that you have and just to, see how big of a change you've done. Do you have one last thing that you want to say? Anything else that you want to share?
I'd say if you're on the fence, just give it a try. Just give it a try. You'll be amazed with the results you get in a few weeks, like I did.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, I'm super grateful for you, Glenn, and I'm very excited for you. And even that you're cooking for your whole family, I'm sure they'll see that, they want to eat that way too and want to, feel as good as you. So I super appreciate you. Thank you so much. And for those that want to learn more about reversing diabetes with a plant-based diet, you can check out my free training where I break down the steps of how to reverse diabetes and how to get off medications. The link will be in the description below. And thank you so much, Glenn. And thank you everyone that's watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.